Hi guys, I'm welcoming you and myself back because I got just some period and you may hear that my voice that I got some flu or something like that, and I was just at home, trying to, I don't know, to relax as much as I can, and I'm so actually grateful to get back to the work that I'm doing. And today I am here with some quite nice and simple strategy, but it actually looks not like that when you're looking, especially if you're amateur, if you're looking at that, at the charts, with the four indicators, like, oh my God, this is crazy, but this is not. And let's see how it's going to be today for us. And let's start. So guys, let's start with all settings. And I feel like after, after a while that I took a few days off, like I'm just getting back, like a lot of time had passed. And it's not gonna be super complicated strategies, it's just gonna be simple, quite nice strategies for quite nice and simple trading. So we start with the stochastic oscillator, the favorite one, together with the MACD, the allowing one, and I'm repeating that again and again because I just feel that and I just like that. And here with the period of the candles, so CCI here I'm changing just a little bit, and I think I actually used some of these strategies before, and maybe we can add something special here. Sometimes when you're creating the strategy, you're actually just thinking about how it's gonna be on the chart. Maybe I can add something just, okay, it's all clear, but something more just to be more sure or just to be more confused in, because that way, exactly like that, you started to learn, you started to add, some levels and levels of your experience. Here is gonna be the Bollinger Bands for us. And I told you it's gonna be quite nice and simple strategies. I actually mean it. And never mind that it's just looking like a disaster here at the charts. But with all this time frame and the candles period, you may notice this is like a 1 minute candle. It's gonna be not that complicated actually. So let's start with the first bets and see how it's gonna be working for us. So let's start with the first bet, and I'm making the first bet from the $100, and I made it for an upward movement. And if you actually checked my one of the previous videos about the Bollinger Bands, it's gonna be pretty easy and pretty clear for you. So now we are actually seeing that the channel quite wide, so actually means that the tendency just started, and all indicators, stochastic oscillator, CCI, and actually an ADX also showing us that we are having some upward movement. So together with all these combinations, we just made this bet, and let's see how it's gonna be. So what are we actually seeing here? And at this exact moment, this orange candle, it doesn't look like so correct, but anyway, because this candle's for a 1 minute and this is the first profit, we are just insisting and counting on like big tendencies. The biggest time for the candles, the biggest period, the more common tendencies we are looking for. So let's go next. And here again and again, you are just seeing this white channel. And you may see with the CCI in the stochastic oscillator, it actually showing us that we are going upward. And this three combination is already enough for us to count that on this short time frame, it's going to be an upward movement and it's going to be pretty consistent. So let's check it out. And this is actually, again, the orange candle that we are actually not really welcoming, but this is the the tiny fluctuation, and I just got lucky because even 5 seconds ago it could be the loss for us. But anyway, we are not counting here for the small fluctuations. We are playing for the big tendencies. And of course, with this tiny period of trading, this tendency can actually be tricky for us. But anyway, sometimes the luck, sometimes just the feeling, sometimes the intuition. But anyway, you may see that it's actually working for the quite a big tendency, even for the short time. So we are going next. And what actually I want to add here about the ADX. When we are seeing all three lines are getting closer and closer and just, crossing each other like in a dot, we are expecting the changing of the trend. And here, what we are actually seeing, so stochastic oscillator lines, they were just going downward. Now it's just crossed, meaning for us also that it's going to be the changing of the trend, and the channel started to go wider and wider. CCI started to go upward, and all this without ADX that actually showing that it's going to be this changing of the trend, with this exact situation, showing us that we are going upward and we are here for the upward bat. Let's see. And again, this orange candle just getting me a little bit nervous, but not that much, because I know that is a tiny period, and I told you again and again, sometimes, and you may see the strategy is correct, the tendency was predicted right, but the time framing, and you are just, in the middle, just in the middle of these small fluctuations like the volatility, and if you ended just right there, you lost. But if you were correct, maybe lucky, you won. So we go next. And as I told you, I wasn't lying. I wasn't joking. This is quite simple strategy for those who are, and again, with the ADX, it is only two lines just crossed. CCI, stochastic oscillator lines just crossed a while ago after the downward movement. So we are actually expecting here an upward movement, and the channel started to go more wider and wider, and again. If the channel is narrow, we are expecting the end of the trend. If it's getting wider, we are expecting the beginning of the trend. And now with the ADX, all lines just combined. So this is the trend that we are expecting. And when the lines of the ADX are getting wider, we are expecting that is the trend is getting more and more and more, and continuing. So let's see. I just started explain again and again, but it is perfectly working here. I started with a smaller sum, with just first $100, and already I'm getting and having more than 1,000 because it is working for those who are attentive, those who are smart and lucky, of course. So let's make it the last bet, because actually not even with these 4 indicators, sorry, I was just checking if I made it all correct. Even with these 4 indicators, it's quite a simple strategy, and sometimes for me, playing on the 1-minute candles, it is quite easier, but only just remembering about these small fluctuations. Again and again, all indicators showing us that we are going upward, and we made it for an upward. And I don't remember, do I have in this video even a downward? Bad, because I got some comments that I have only downward. Here, there's gonna be the video with only upward bats. But it's not about me, I'm not like choosing particularly. Sometimes this is, I'm also, of course, picking situations, but it's just the market, and I'm seeing the perfect situation, I'm in it, or I'm thinking this is the perfect situation, and I'm getting some mistakes. But anyway, so the last bet for today, $2,000. Just I made it for the 5 bets and started with $100. But I was actually picking currency pairs, picking situations, and I never showed that. But anyway, inside of this, process, there's a lot about choosing the right market situation. So I quite like it. For me, it seems like quite easy, and I really enjoyed how I made this video and how I got my results. And I get a lot of questions about why I am, choosing these sums and showing you these profits. But actually, and of course for YouTube it's good when I'm just, giving your like headlines about the money and stuff. And this is good for promotion, but I'm here mostly for the educational purposes, and money is not what you should actually be concerned of in my videos. So if there is something unclear, if you want to know about the periods, I don't know, if you want to get any free signals, that I'm giving that, please text me, contact me, give me feedback, and better to make it in Telegram because this is more convenient for all working matters, I don't know, for exchanges, for some videos, audios and stuff. So please contact me, all the links below this video or in my bio, and we stay tuned.